So there has been a ton of big Inazuma 11 Victory Road of Heroes news released on the 15th anniversary of Inazuma 11. And we did a reaction video to Akihiro Hino's blog post yesterday, but today I want to kind of go over all the extra information that's been added afterwards and some clarification from level 5 ambassadors and then people who've translated that into Spanish, which I am now going to use Google Translate to translate into English and totally understand. But what I have here are a bunch of tweets from various different tweeters, X's, whatever you call them now, which I'm going to kind of read through and react to and give you guys my opinions on. So let's start off with this tweet from the Basm. Everyone whose tweets I use, by the way, will be down in the description below, so make sure you go and follow them, like them, repost, or I should... Done. My good deed for the day. And we have, so this timeline of incoming information. So this is when we're next getting news. So August 31st, new gameplay trailer is obviously, we already know that. That's what Hino is on about, is we're getting the trailer, which is, I think, going to basically go over all the stuff that we've seen in the blog post we've read about, but it's just going to be that, but gameplay live, like, you know what I mean? So we actually get to see that in action. And then September, this is the interesting one. In September, so between the 31st of August and Tokyo Game Show, which we'll get to, we're going to get another story trailer revealing stuff like Haruendu's Japanese voice actor and probably more characters, story stuff, potentially stuff to do with this new character we've been hearing about. I don't know, but it's going to be a story trailer, and that, we don't know when that's coming out, just in September between the 31st and the 21st. That's really exciting. If I had to guess, like, I don't know, the 10th. That's my random guess. And then obviously Tokyo Game Show, we're getting a playable demo on the level 5 stage and more info, and that's the 21st to the 24th. So yeah, that's going to probably be a bunch of new information from Hino. We'll actually get to see people playing the game. We'll get to hear about it, how advanced along we think it is. So yeah, basically the next month is going to be full to the brim with news, which is super, super exciting. It's a great time to be an Inazuma 11 fan. What else can I say? But alright then, let's take a look at another tweet which I have prepared, which is this one from Pega-chan, who is the ambassador who has been sharing the majority of the news. Again, do your good deed of the day. This is the latest information on Victory Road. So this was him. He basically did a bunch of tweets clarifying information that Hino said in his blog post and adding on to what Hino kind of said in their ambassador meeting. So apparently they got to watch Hino play the game, which is awesome. If I watched Hino play Inazuma 11 in front of me, I think I would, I don't know, cry probably. So basically, this is reaffirming that Incarnation is confirmed here. Now, I was confused what Incarnation was in my previous reaction video, but now we know that it is Fighting Spirits. Fighting Spirits are back, y'all. Get in there. I don't know how I feel about Fighting Spirits being back in Inazuma 11 Victory Road of Heroes. I'm both kind of I know that some people are very negative about it. I don't know if I'd class myself as that. I do not particularly like the mechanic and the way I think it kind of breaks Inazuma 11 Go, because it turns it from a game about 11 football players into a game about passing the ball to your Fighting Spirit user and then clicking the strongest Fighting Spirit move. But I'm hoping all the tension stuff kind of mitigates that. And my thought process and why I'm remaining optimistic is because I think that Hino wouldn't include something like Fighting Spirits, which could so radically destroy the balance of the game, if he didn't have a decent way of balancing it, especially when he's wanting to make this, you know, esports type level stuff. So I'm staying optimistic. Am I 100% pleased? Absolutely not. But at the end of the day, I'm excited. I'm intrigued to see what he's going to do with them. I'm going to give Lancelot to Unmei. Why not? But no, I think it could be cool. I'm a little worried, but my positivity outweighs any worry I might have in regards to it. But they're also considering adding Miximax, Armed, and Soul after launch, so potentially as DLC. Now, if we get Souls and Armify, ooh, that would be an interesting turn of events. Miximax, I'm all for. Give me Miximax, please. I love Miximax. We know there are special tactics coming back, which is really cool. But again, I'd love to see them balanced slightly better. Voices will be added to the main character's special moves. So special moves are going to be voice. Those that can record voices may change voice actors, and mobs or scout characters will only be shouts. So yeah, obviously, bloody, I don't know, what's the name of a scout character? Like, there's that one guy with the square head, probably. He won't have full-on voices, but he will have, like, shouts, which is really cool. You can't skip special moves, but you can double speed them, so you can fast forward through special moves, which is one of those things where I kind of need to see it to like, say how I feel about it. Skipping special moves is obviously quite handy, but I always felt like Inazuma 11 wasn't particularly good at that, because you try and skip a special move and then just give you a black screen for the same amount of time it would take for the special move to happen. So maybe double speed is actually the right way of doing it. I don't know. There is no system at the time where you can get one secret proof with one software. So basically, what this is saying is there are no manuals you're going to get once for like a special move. You can get, if you can get a manual of a special move, you can get that manual infinite times theoretically to give to infinite players, which is a good thing. It's only a good thing. Our next tweet is from Kami Enel, and it is a decent thread which we're going to work our way through bit by bit. And it is essentially saying that, yeah, so Pekka-chan made a video after the blog came out, clarifying stuff, talking about more information to do. So basically like the tweet we were just reading, but more detail. And Kami Enel has come along to translate it, which is pretty sick, but obviously translate it into Spanish, I think, which, Spanish, which I'm going to Google Translate to English. So there might be some stuff that's missing translation, but if you speak Spanish and can understand this better than Google Translate, please let me know. Massively appreciate it. But without further ado, let's just kind of roll through it. So I'm gonna, and then name sick. Okay, so first up, on the 31st, we'll have a video this time, yes, which we'll see almost exclusive gameplay and new mechanics. And in the game show, we will have a demo, and as I have seemed to understand, in this event, we will also have the confirmed date of the release of the game. I repeat, I am not a native. So basically what they're saying is, with massive warning signs around of, this may not be true, it looks like the release date should be Tokyo Game Show. This kind of lines up with what I was thinking with the release date, or at least a delay. Will, whatever it is, will happen by Tokyo Game Show, on Tokyo Game Show. It just makes sense, for me at least. Obviously, it'd be cool if they revealed the release date next week, but it's probably not going to happen, so don't get your hopes up. But from the sounds of things, it looks like they're aiming to reveal the release date at Tokyo Game Show, which makes sense, and it would obviously be insanely cool, and I'd lose my mind, obviously. Love you, Hino. Game system, let's go. I'm going to divide it in 3 parts: focus, scramble, zone. Akihiro explained this information to the ambassadors while playing the game, which is pretty sick. Again, if I saw Hino playing the game, that would break me as a human being. Until now, I'm playing Inazuma Eleven with a system of focus. Of 3 options when entering a duel: dribbling, passing, or technique, or left, right, etc. This new addition, Akihiro wanted to give a fresh air and create a new system that combines ability, luck, and stats. Awesome. Now in duel, we're going to have a lot more options to give them a strategic background and blow up the gameplay. Pekka-chan explains in his videos that these hands are... Okay, right, I need to grasp... I haven't read this, by the way. I need to grasp my head around this. The hands are the defensive zones of effectiveness, so these hands. Okay. The greater the defense, the greater the hands we will see. Okay. Interesting. If you look closely, here we can see how the dotted line... What? The dotted line does not touch the hand, so Ricardo has won the duel. Excuse me? And as we explain later, the new tension bar increases considerably, which is going to be key. The dotted line, so that's the one going to whoever that is. And it does not touch the hands. Okay. That... Oh. Okay. Yes. Absolutely. Google Translate doesn't seem to want to Google Translate this one. Okay, I've gone out my way to Google Translate it. In the drop-down menu, we see 3 options. Past the one, so this is the drop-down menu. Yes, and past the one carried out successfully, since we see more total power in RDR than in Sanford. We see passing in B, which would be a traditional dribble, and the seen and unseen technique to perform it in case in a bind. I'll be honest, I'm a bit confused, but I think I'm following. Basically, this is the new command duel, and it involves hands, dotted lines, and greater than. I'm getting there. I'll down the line, I'll make a more, once we know more about it, I'll make a more in-depth video covering it. Okay, but we have this hand. In this hand, we see a red hue. The more central it is to Sanford, according to Pekka-chan, the more red it is. The more difficult it will be to succeed. That's why the pass is made far from the area of influence. Okay, so the bigger the hand, the red hue more central to Sanford's. Oh, so the redder the hand, the stronger the hand is, the harder it is for the opponent to get past, I think. Anyway, scramble. That's focus. The old mini duels we saw a random animation which determined if when you won, you kept the ball or made a first pass. This, in Victory Road Heroes, is going to be different. In this game, you'll decide if you want to keep the ball or if you want to pass it on first. Okay, so in Scramble, okay, so we saw a random animation which determined if you won, you kept the ball or made a... Right, so that... Yeah, I know what that's on about, like when Kevin heads the ball away. In Victory Road, it's going to be different. In the game, you will decide if you want to keep the ball or if you want to pass it on first. Interesting. I like it. So it's less like random of, oh, you get the ball, you pass it away, and then someone else steals it or whatever. It goes to like Timmy, who can't do anything with it. You decide. Sick. That's, again, only a positive thing. And then another confirmed change, when taking the shot, we will no longer have only the possibility of making 2 normal or super technical shots. Additionally, we'll be able to make passes to different players, be able to score by making higher plays tactically. I'll be honest, I hear the word tactically, and yeah, that does things to me. I love the sound of that. This for me, again, all of this stuff, except maybe the hands. The hands confuse me, but we'll figure that out. All of it aside from the hands is just a positive to me. I have no criticism. I love the sound of it. I think it sounds amazing. I love the idea of making Inazuma 11 potentially more complicated, more tactical. Yeah, it does things for me, absolutely. So, moving on to tension, we know the TP is gone. The tension bar will decrease with each super technique, but will increase with each focus gained, as we can see here. So you do a focus duel, you get tension, alright. Tension is obviously the replacement for TP, makes sense. The bar is not individual and be total for the team, so it's for the team entirely. Anything else will be speculation. It's the information I have so far. However, it's also instead of TP, there are players to increase this bar or save on its use. Fair enough. Okay. Akihiro also comments this will not be the only gameplay revolution that we'll see. We'll have to wait to see more innovations. Could be in the trailer. Who knows? Tactics, we know, are back. We know that fighting spirits are back, but it's unknown if they'll be merely cinematic or have a gameplay utility. So, on my fighting spirit haters, unite, it could just be cinematic, which is pretty sick. I wouldn't mind that, because then you wouldn't have to worry about the whole balancing issue. The other mechanics are not there from the beginning of the game, but Akihiro overrates that the game will be long-lasting, so they could be DLC. Makes sense. And that seems to be all the Kami Enel information. So just kind of having a last little look at Pega-chan's tweets. We've got this one, which is talking about how seasonal players, if you know a seasonal player in the Football Frontier Victory Road mode, a seasonal player is one you get who, like, you got to have 6 seasonal players, 5 eternal players on your team, and if you get seasonal players, they join as a first year, then become a second year in the next season, then the next season after that become a third year, then they graduate and become an eternal player. So we didn't know that they were going to become eternal players at the end of their graduation cycle, but they do. Obviously, then they'll take one of your eternal player slots. So for instance, if you had Sean, who came in as a first grade, second grade, third grade, then he stops taking up one of your 6 seasonal slots and takes up one of your 5 eternal slots. It makes sense to me. Also, Hino says this, which is pretty cool. Currently, tournaments are held online, but it might be interesting to hold national and world tournaments offline at a stadium. All I'm saying, Hino, if you want to hold a tournament in the UK, hello, hi, I'm here and I will report for business. But yeah, that seems to be all the extra information we have been given. Fighting spirits are back. We might get a release date soon. All the other stuff to do with focus, hands. There's a lot of stuff to do with hands, but it's all really exciting. And if you're excited, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that classic YouTube stuff. We're so close to 10K. I can literally taste it. So please help me get there. It would be massively appreciated. I'm obviously going to have so many Victory Road videos coming out over the next week. When the new trailer drops, I'm going to have a video coming out that exact second if I can. And then in September, same with that trailer, and same with the Tokyo Game Show stuff. I will see you guys then, but for now,